We'll start in the next 1 minute. Let me see whether. Okay, I'm coming in YouTube also. We will start in the next 1 minute. Okay, let's start in the next 1 minute. Okay, so today we are going to learn about ES6, which is a very important concept. Hello all. Hello all. Okay, so hope you're all able to see me and all, and that's good. Okay, we'll start. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so I'm sharing. So if you're able to see my screen, we are going to learn about ECMAScript today. Okay, so yeah, it's 8:30, so we can start. Okay, so if you're all able to see my screen, should I make it big? Like big? Yeah, so it is okay. So we're going to learn about ECMAScript today. So during the all JavaScript and all, we have learned. Okay, again, let me tell some of the things which are required. Okay, attendance sheet will be given at the end. Attendance sheet will be given at the end. Okay, so let's get started with ES6 or ECMAScript. Okay, so ECMA is the next generation JavaScript released in 2015 by ECMA Technical Committee. It has added a new feature to JavaScript as it is letting most browser run ES6 as of 2020. Because when it started, most of the browser was not running it, and including i11. i11 itself is retired. So what is ECMA? That's a very good question by Akshay. What is ECMA? ECMA is the official name of JavaScript actually, and it is governed by a committee known as the ECMA Technical Committee. Why the official name of JavaScript is ECMA? Because it was originally called ECMAScript only. But if you go back to the history, you will see that at that time in 1995, Java was the most popular language in the world. So to have the confusion between people, what they did, they named it JavaScript so that people get confused. Okay, it is Java. Okay, they will come to JavaScript. So they did intentionally to create the confusion, and actually that confusion is still there today. Today also, HR contact me for Java roles. HR will contact you for Java role. Okay, you know Java? No, I don't know Java. Java and JavaScript are totally different. So that even the confusion is there today. After how many years? After 25 years, the confusion is still there. So that confusion was created intentionally because they wanted to go with the Java thing. Means they wanted to have that take the benefit of the popularity of Java. So that was there. That's why it is JavaScript, not ECMAScript. But the original name is ECMAScript. That is what is there. So, and it is governed by ECMA Technical Committee. And what is ES6? So as I have told earlier also, JavaScript have a lot of bugs. Because it was created in 3 days. No language can be created in 3 days, but JavaScript was created in 3 days. It was created in a hurry. A lot of bugs were there, but those bugs cannot be solved because only JavaScript runs in the browser. In this browser, Java won't run. In this browser, C++ won't run. In this browser, nothing else will run. React and all also get changed to JavaScript. So their JavaScript library, React, Angular, and all. So React we are going to do next week. I'm also thinking to have Angular also been taught next week because some people will go to the Angular thing also. I'm thinking of that. Maybe if I have time, I will have the Angular certification also next week. Okay, so that is there. And so they released ES6. ES6 is in 2015, which has got a lot of addition in the language, and those additions are very good addition. Their addition, nothing was it was like nothing was deducted from the language. Everything was added in the language. A lot of things were added in the language. So with that, what happened that JavaScript benefited a lot, and the newer libraries like React and Angular, all of them have taken a lot of features from ECMAScript. Means almost ECMAScript is must before teaching React. So all of in my classes, I teach ECMAScript first. Okay, then only you can go to React because all the features here will be used in React. Okay, so let us go through this, and we are again going to do it through Jsbin, but let us do some theory also. Okay, not that much theory. Let var and const. So let var and const we have seen. So some of the things, 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐼𝐸 is 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐼𝐸. What is, I don't know the full form of 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐼𝐸. Maybe you can search the full form of 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐼𝐸. This is a good question. Full form. Okay. It is European Computer Manufacturer Association. Okay. European Computer Manufacturer Association. I don't know, miss. No, go back, go search why it is called that. Okay. Hope you get it. Okay, so that is there, and so let us not go that much in theory. So let and var and const is there. So let, we are finally able to use the block scoping in JavaScript, and which we have already seen what is the block scoping and all this thing. Some of the things I've already taught, so I'll not go through them again. But const, there is a thing. Good evening. But there is a thing in const. We cannot assign a new value to a variable after initial declaration for primitive types like integer and string. But we can add values for non-primitive types like array and object. And this is one of a very big feature of const. And because of this feature, I love const. And most of you'll see that most of the people not even use let nowadays. Although you should use let, not var. But you can use const in 90% of the cases. I'll show how you can use const in 90% of the cases. So we have seen that scoping thing earlier. So I'm not going to tell that scoping thing again. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell about the const. Okay, const like this, we have seen one thing like const first age equal to maybe 6 and first age equal to 10 and console.log of first age. Okay, if I do like this, run it. Okay, why it is not okay? I run it. Definitely it will give an error because I cannot reassign this first stage. I cannot do this. This is not allowed in const. Now it will work. This is not allowed. But let us see one more thing. So as it is written, but for non-primitive type like arrays and object, it behaves in a different and it behaves in a very good way. So let us see that, and then we'll see const child ages equal to 5, 6, 8 and 10. 5, 6, 8 and 10 and console.log child ages is like this. Okay, so it is there. But if I want to add something, suppose I want to, maybe I want to do something like this. Okay, child ages, let me comment this out. Child ages, suppose I want to add 12 here. So child ages equal to this comma 12. Again, this will not be allowed and this will give an error. This is not allowed. Okay, this is not allowed. But what is allowed? The thing which is allowed is if I do child ages dot push of 12, and this is allowed. See, push method, all this method we have seen, the push, pop, all this method we can do in JavaScript in any array. A lot of array methods are there. So I can push like this and it will completely out. So that's why most of the time people will add a new value in an array through this push method only. So that's why this is allowed. So this is completely right code, and that's why people, you see that in production people will use this a lot. Okay, this they will use a lot. And okay, so hope all of you are able to see me actually. Okay, because I can see more people here. Okay, no problem. And object, it is even more further. In object what is there? Const person obj equal to name is Bindu, comma skill is JS, and now console.log of obj. Now comment this out. So here what is allowed? So in this your here a lot more things are allowed. Okay, here a lot more things are allowed. In object it is even much more better. In object, what is there? In object you can update something. You can update something, update a key value pair, also add a new key value pair. So that is very good thing. Also, you can do both of these things. Both of these things can get done. How? Let us do that. Okay, person obj dot skill equal to react. So I'm changing the skill. Okay, and then person obj dot profession equal to trainer. See, I'm updating this key value key, and I'm also adding a new key. And if I run, okay, it is still running this. Sometimes it happens here. See, I'm doing this here, and see, it is all a skill has been changed, and a new profession has been added. So both of these things are allowed. Both of these things are allowed here. So hope it is clear. And so this is what is there. So that's why you should use const a lot, unless it gives an error, unless you're trying to. And most of the time people don't reassign a value like this. And most of the use cases you're going to work a lot in arrays and objects. And here this is used a lot. Const. So that's why I also prefer const a lot. Now the fat arrow function. I've already told about fat arrow function, so I'm not going to tell again about fat arrow function in JavaScript. I told this is a new way to write function. Fat arrow function keeps it context, and we don't have workaround like bind, apply, or call. Oh, okay, this workaround we'll see when we are going to do React. Okay, so then default parameters. Okay, default parameters is something which we are going to see. Okay, yeah. So default parameter is a very important concept in JavaScript. It's a new concept. So what is there in default parameters means if suppose I don't pass any value, then our default value is passed. And this is applied to both normal function and arrow function. Okay, so we are going to see that thing in default parameters. Jsbin. I'm going to do JavaScript console again. Okay, so we are going to learn about default parameters. Default parameters. So suppose there is a, and it is applying to both, so I can use anything. So let me use arrow function because I like arrow function. Okay. So const is equal. I'm taking that whether something is equal or not. num1 comma num2 like this, and I want to do first the console.log also of num1, console.log of num2, and return num1 num2. Okay, so this thing I'm doing. Okay, so good evening. Okay, and console.log of is equal 10 comma 10. It's a normal thing, normal function. I'm just passing two variables, and I'm checking whether they are equal or not. So if I run it, then I'm taking this console log also and printing it. Okay, num 10 equal to 10. Yeah, it is true. So if I pass 20, then it is false. But what if I don't even pass this thing? See, JavaScript is not strongly typed language like your Java and all. So it is not like that I'm expecting two parameters, then I have to pass two parameters only. In Java and all C++, this will give error, but JavaScript is not like that. This will not give error, but it will not give the correct output also. See, it is 10 is going there in num1, num2 is going as undefined because we have not passed anything in num2. But suppose we don't want this kind of thing. Okay, we don't want this kind of thing. Then what to do? Then suppose in some cases I don't want to pass anything, so I will make here equal to 20, and this is known as default parameter. See, suppose nothing is passed, this num2 is 20 now, and it is again it is false, but it is not going correct, wrong. Num2 is 20, but if I pass now, if I pass 10, Now this 20 will be overwritten, and this we are going to use a lot in React. Actually, all this concept you see that we are going to use a lot in React. So this 20 is coming. Okay, it is not. I don't know why. Sometimes it is not working. Okay, so this 10, it is now 10 is going. 10 is overriding it. 20 is not taking. 10 is taking. 10 is overriding it. So this is how it is. It works. Okay, so that is there. Okay, and then okay, so that is there. Now we are going to very easy concept, not a very tough concept, but we have two other concepts here: object literal extension and dynamic fields. So okay, what is object literal extension? In object literal extension, we can now the extension of a key of an object. So what does that mean? We'll just see that what is object literal extension. Can I do it here? Yeah, I can do it here. So let us do that. Object literal extension, and we are going to use it a lot in React because this is a kind of shortcut. See, some of the ES6 are shortcuts and some of them are used like that. Okay, let normal obj equal to like suppose if this normal obj is there, I will give a variable, let name equal to Vidya and let age equal to 7, normal obj name comma age is there, and here name, and here see I'm doing a thing like trick. So this name is different. This is a key and this is a value, and I have taken something as let name also. So this name, whatever the value is there, it will come here. Whatever the value is there, it will come here. Okay, so it is a normal thing which I've done, and if I do console log also, it will give me console.log of it will anyway give me like this. Okay, but this is a shortcut. If I have the key and value with the same name, I can omit it. I can omit it, and it will run exactly the same thing. I can omit it. So this is known as object literal extension. Okay, now we have another very good concept which is known as dynamic field. By dynamic field, we can assign dynamic values to key of an object. And when we are going to do React, especially when we are going to submit something in the form, we are going to see this dynamic field is used a lot. Dynamic field will be used a lot. Okay, so that is there, and let age field equal to age, and let dynamic obj equal to name comma age field is. So what I just did, see, this is a very different kind of a syntax. It is okay. It's a very different kind of a syntax is there. And what will happen in this different kind of syntax? See, at the runtime, this age field will be replaced by age. So we can so we can what we can do? We are going to means we are having the effect on it from the outside. So that is a very powerful thing, and we are going to see this in React also how powerful this is, because I'm maintaining it from the outside. So I will run it and it will give age on it will represent age in the place of age field. So why it is powerful? I can do anything from the outside, and this is also very new concept in JavaScript. See, I can connect it from outside, and this is known as what? Sometimes I forget, but this is known as dynamic field. Okay, this concept is known as dynamic field. I will give all this Jsbins so you can look into it later on. So this is how it is very powerful. Okay, how it is very powerful. That is like this, and this is known as dynamic fields. And the next thing is known as rest and spread, the most important concept in ESS, because we are going to use it everywhere. This thing we are going to use everywhere, this rest and spread operator. So let us do that, rest and spread operator. Okay, so what is this rest and spread operator? So first we'll look into rest operator and then the spread operator. Both of them have the same syntax, dot dot dot, but it depends upon in the context it is going to use. So rest operator and spread operator. Okay, so yes, then JavaScript console. JavaScript console is there. Then rest operators. Let func. So suppose an array is there in which I'm going to get a lot of parameters, and those parameters I have to convert it into an array. So how to do that? Suppose, okay, let me first do this. And I want to convert this. I want to convert this into an array. This all I have to convert into an array. So in normal circumstances, I have to write a lot of code here. See, I have to means first I have to take this a dot b dot c dot e dot e comma f. All these things I have to do, and then maybe I have to push it one by one. And that is also not sure, because suppose if I suddenly increase the parameter, then I have to do it like this. So a lot of extra code will also go. In the earlier days, before 2015, before ES6 was there, a lot of code used to go there, because this is a very big use case scenario in which whatever the parameter I'm passing here, I want to convert it into an array. So there is a better way to do that with in ES6, which is I just have to do dot 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 3 times ARR. Anything, this ARR I'm taking, this you can take anything. This is a variable name. Then console.log ARR. Console.log ARR, I run it, see it converted into an array. So that's why this is very powerful, and this is known as rest operators. Okay, so in comparison to the rest operator, the spread operators are even more powerful and even more used. Spread operators are used even more than the rest operator. And what are the spread operator? They also have these 3 dots, but they're used in a different context. Okay, so we'll learn about that. For that, I will first comment it out, and we're going to learn about the spread operator. And if you see, it is saying the spread operator where we pass an argument to a function and it get converted to an array. Spread operator, the opposite of rest operator, which takes the array and convert it into a list of argument. Okay, so we are going to see that. Okay, so here spread operator I'm going to take that a equal to, suppose I have a array minus, I have an array like this thing. I have an array and I want to find the min and max of it. Min and max of it I want to find. So in JavaScript there is an inbuilt operator known as the min and max. But the problem with that is that, we'll tell the problem, console.log of math.min, it takes parameters only. It doesn't take array and all. So I cannot pass this array and all. I have to pass it like a parameter like this, and come here, do this, share it, run it, and it will give me 2, which is correct. But if I want to pass if I want to get the minimum of this array, then how to use it? We can use it through the spread operator. Okay, how to do that? This a is there. I want to pass this a. I cannot pass this a like this. So if I try to pass this a like this, I think it will give an error or something. Not a number. It is giving some error. Okay. So what I can do? Dot 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 in front of this. So this array will be converted into what? This array will be converted into means arguments like this. It will be converted. Okay, so let me clear it and run it. See, it is done. It is giving me 2. Similar to this, I have max also. Max, which will give me the max. Run it, and max has been given, which is 8. So this is one thing. Now we are going to look into one more thing of this spread operator, which is used which will solve a lot of issues of us. So see, there is something like known as the call by value and call by reference. It is generally taught in computer engineering and a lot. And if you're taking computer subject, something like that, see, when you make something equal to something, it calls by reference. It's copy by reference, not call by reference, copy by reference. I mean, it copies the address and it gets copied. We'll see through an example what does that mean. And it's a very big problem in computer science. So to solve it, we can use the spread operator. So let us see how we can do that. So we are seeing the issue. One means maybe issue. I'm going to see here. So let x equal to like this. Let x equal to like this. I have now. Let me have a new variable. Let y equal to x. So I want to copy the value of x to y. So I will copy it like this. Let y equal to x, and I will think that okay, it is copy. But now I will have to push. I am pushing it to pushing something to x. Okay, pushing something to y, not x. Now console.log of y and console.log of x. Let me comment this out. Run it. See what is coming. Both of them have been changed. I just did like this, y equal to x. I didn't want to change the original. We should never touch the original, and I don't want to change the original, but original is also got changed. Original also 7 have come, and this is the problem, which is because the copy by reference is done. When I am doing this, let y equal to x, actually what happens here, the address, in computer everything is an address, means in the random access memory, in the RAM. So that address get copied. When the address get copied, so if I do any operations on y also, the x will be affected, and this is a very bad thing. This should not happen. I just wanted to do a like copy, just a copy. I don't want to change it. So there is a solution with spread, and we are going to do that. And solution with spread. So let c equal to be something like this, and then let d, I'm creating a new variable d in which I will do dot c, and I'm putting it in an array. Why? Because if I do only dot c, it is changed to something like an argument. I don't want that. I want it to be inside an array. So I am putting an array also here. So let d equal to dot c. Now I'm going to do d dot push 30 and console.log of d and console.log of c. Comment this out, run it. See, now the d have this 13, but c have not 13. So this is sort of shallow copy and all. It is done by here, and this is the benefit here. Okay, so now we are going to see, we are going to see another use of spread operator in array, and the another use is like we can also merge two or more arrays. Okay, we can also merge two or more arrays. So let x1 equal to like maybe 42 comma x2. Yeah, I can directly give comma also like this. Okay, x2 equal to 58 comma x3 equal to maybe 3 13. So this I have. Now what I'm looking into merge. So I want to merge all this, and with the spread operator again it is very easy. So let d1 equal to, I'll have an array, then dot x1 comma x2 comma x3 is like this. And okay, I forgot a dot. So every time I have to do dot is like this, and console dot log of d1 is like this, and clear it, run it. So see the d1. Okay, let me comment this out, clear it, run it. So it is coming perfectly. So this is how it is done. Now it can be used in objects also. So let me do one thing. Let me do it in the new thing. Okay, Jsbin can be used in the objects also. Okay, so JavaScript console put output spread in objects, and objects also spread is, you'll see it is very good. Okay, obj1 is like an object is there, which is foo is like bar comma x is 42, foo is bar and x is 42. Okay, so I have something like this. Now I want to, means again I want to copy the value. Okay, I want to copy the value like this, and this copying the value is also known as cloning in JavaScript or any other programming language. We have a lot of terms like this. So cloned, why it is called cloned actually? See, clone, although if the clones are also same, they are actually means individual identity. So that's why it is known as cloning. Okay. So how to clone this? How to clone the obj1? We just again I have to do like this dot obj1. Just obj1 will do. So but it is a object, so that's why we have to spread it like this. Okay, and then console.log of this cloned object like this, clear it, run it, and see I'm getting it. Bar and this I'm getting. So similar to this, I can have like merging. We are going to see merging now. So how to do the merging? So I will have another obj2 equal to, see I'm going to have same thing again. Foo is now like bars comma y is 13. Y is 13 is there. Okay, so that is there, and then let merged obj equal to dot obj1 comma dot obj2. I'm going to have like this. Now console.log of merged obj is there. Okay, let me comment this out, merged obj, then clear it, run it. See what is the difference here? See, the thing is there, like object can be have object can have a same key only. So key is always unique in the object. So but both of them have this foo key. So how can it be done? So what it did, the last one it picked, foo bars it to. So that's why only foo bars is meant. It cannot have a foo two times, because the main thing in the object is that key is always unique, and then x and y have been also chosen because they're different, so they have been done. So this is how the merged object has been done. Okay, so this is we are done with rest and the spread operator. Now the next thing is template literals. Template literals we have already seen, so I'm not going to tell again, because that is that backticks thing in a string, so that we have already seen, so that we are not going to see again. So now, okay, next thing which you are going to see is the array and object destructuring. Array and object destructuring is now like very important. What is this? And this is actually short form, but you see that people will use this a lot in React. Lot means a lot in React. Okay, so let us do that. So anything written here? Yeah, destructuring syntax we are going to see. Okay, so array. It is again a shortcut. It is not some of ESS features are required features. Some of them are a shortcut. Destructuring, destructuring const RGB equal to 255 comma 200 comma 0 const. Suppose this is an array, and I want to get the value of all of these things. So I want to get the value of r. So the long form is like r. I will get the value 0, means the normal form. And these variables can be anything. Like I'm giving r. This can be g, and this can be b. Red, green, blue also you can give, and this will be 1 because I want that. This will be 2. Okay, so yeah, please like and subscribe to this channel because I'm doing a lot, means take a lot of thing daily producing these videos, live videos especially. Okay, so very few channel does this, teaching every month web app development. This is, I think this is my third iteration of teaching, and it will continue till everybody become a web app developer. Most of you know today only, means who are from YouTube or some other thing, means one person learned from a YouTube channel and he got a job as a month developer, and that was really very good news to me. Okay, so okay. One sec. Let me also, means it is although I've deleted everything, and he that means he just completed from. I know this guy, means maybe once he's onboarded and I will take permission from him to take his name, then he can tell that he was a mechanical engineer, and he just got selected in a company as a month-stack developer. And what he used to do all this certification from my channel, and you used to follow my advice of putting all those projects on YouTube and tagging me, and I used to tag him, and he actually did some very big project, and he tagged me in that big project. And then some company show, most of the people know I have 19,000 connection on LinkedIn. So what happens if someone tags me and I tag them back, there is a very big surety that they will get a job. One of my students got a job in the comment, job offer in the comment, although he doesn't want to join because he's from a paid workshop. So night workshop is there. He just got a job offer in a comment. How crazy it is! Just got a job offer in a comment. And he was posting some, because I make my students who do this paid workshop also to do, means to post every day. And Mohammed also is doing one of my, Mohammed Abdul, he's my admin also, and he's also doing one of my paid course, and he's also used to post daily. So people grow a lot. LinkedIn is like super amazing nowadays, means this mechanical engineer can get a job. It is like crazy. Mechanical engineer don't even touch computers. Those who don't know, it is really a very tough thing to have a mechanical engineer get a job in IT. And mechanical engineers are really underpaid. I know, I have talked one-to-one with a lot of people, and I have mechanical engineers in my paid workshop, paid batches also. So I'll make sure they will also get a job. Okay, so that's Akshay Patil is good. Anyone can be a web app developer. And from my channel, follow my channel, do HTML, do CSS, JavaScript, React, and keep on doing those projects after that, and keep posting it on LinkedIn. Grow your LinkedIn followers, keep tagging me, and you'll get a job for sure. Okay, so that is there. And so let us complete it now, means I can now see this, just see this like R, G, comma, B. Like this I'll do and run it like, and it will give me 255, 200, means it is okay. So what is this? This is the normal thing, but what is the shortcut again? What is the shortcut? Okay, what is the shortcut? Man is best. Mean is only one thing that changed. I know both of them. I know mean also, I know man also. But as I always say, if there, see my web app development course, my free one, paid one, everything you can take. React is always a constant there. See, it is JavaScript, means CSS, JavaScript, and React. Because React have got, if there are 10 jobs, React has got 7 jobs. Only 2 jobs are in Angular and 1 job is in Vue.js. So there's another stack also known as, which is known as MEVN stack. Very less people you should know about it. So only Angular get changed from there, because MongoDB and Node.js are very easy. Anyone can pick it up if they are an Angular developer or a React.js developer, because I find that more difficult than Node.js. Means Node.js sometimes something more is there. I'm going to do, I have done Node.js certification also on this channel. Maybe in the future also, next month also I'm going to do some Node.js certification. So keep in tune for that. Okay, so that is there. And okay, so this RGB is coming like this. Now, okay, well, talked a lot. So what is the shortcut here? What is the array destructuring? This is not array destructuring. What is array destructuring then? Okay, so array destructuring is like, let me comment this out. This three, instead of this 3 statement, we are going to have only 1 statement. Okay, so const r comma g comma b equal to RGB. I'm going to do like this only, RGB. And this is array destructuring. So now again it will be so in array destructuring what happened, and it is now a mandatory feature in React, because there is a use state hook which uses array destructuring. So it is exactly same thing as this 3 statement, but R will be assigned to the whatever is the first index element, G will be G, and again you can take any variable name. G will be assigned to this, B will be assigned to this, and it is exactly the shortcut of this. So this is known as array destructuring. Okay, so now we are going to look into object destructuring. Okay, object destructuring. We are going to look object destructuring. Look into object destructuring. Okay, so like const developer equal to first name Bindu, last name source, comma, country is India. And now const. Okay, so first let us see, if I want to have again these 3 values, how can I have them? So first name equal to, I'm just creating a variable, first name equal to developer dot first name. Okay, last name equal to developer dot last name, and country equal to developer dot country. So this, all these things we are going to have now. So this is the normal way. Okay, this is the normal way, and then console dot log of, then I will have this first name, last name, comma, if I clear it, run it, so you'll see like this. Okay, and this is a very big statements. It is very big statement, and again this shortcut is very useful. Object destructuring shortcut. Again we'll have something same like that only, but instead of array, because it's object destructuring, I'm going to have this thing. Now object structure, first name, comma, last name, comma, country equal to developer. Hear it, run it. See, this is a shortcut. So object, this is object destructuring, again a shortcut. Okay, 1 sec. Okay, so now the next thing which we are going to learn is about classes actually. Okay, classes we are Jsbin. So we are going to learn about classes. So what are classes? See, JavaScript was originally a function-oriented language. Still it is. But in 2015, they introduced classes in JavaScript because see, classes are very popular because of languages like C++, Java, and they are known as object-oriented programming language. And JavaScript was known as functional programming language. So when these languages have these classes, so JavaScript people also thought, so let introduce classes. And in 2015, with ECMAScript updates, they have introduced classes in JavaScript. Okay, so and the concept is exactly like what you have in other languages. If you're coming from the other language, if you're coming from engineering background, if you're done C++ or something like that, Java, not C++, Java, you'll see it is exactly the same concept. But you don't have to go that deep in classes because in JavaScript especially we don't use that much classes thing. But when we are going to do React, we are going to have a class based component also. And even I'll give some Angular certification also. So in Angular also classes are there. So all these libraries and frameworks in JavaScript, they took that classes thing a lot because they got in around 2015. React was and React came, ECMAScript also came at currently at the same time. So they implemented all these things. So that's why classes are very important. But you don't have to go that deep in. If you know in Java and C++, you go like crazy with classes like inheritance, polymorphism, all those things are there. Here there is not that many things. Okay, so we're going to learn about ES6 classes. Okay, so like class, like same class, create, room, and constructor. Again, this constructor thing is that this is there in all languages. Constructor is something which run only the first time. Constructor is something which run only the first time. So constructor name is there. Then here is dot room equal to. So in classes that this keyword is there. So this keyword is something which belongs to this. We are going to soon see why. What is this keyword? Dollar name room is like that. Then clean room soap. In classes, we have the function inside the classes only. So clean room soap I'm going to have, and then console.log of cleaning dollar this dot room with dollar. What is this keyword? Again, a good question. So this keyword is one of the most complicated thing in JavaScript. This means that it belongs to the same context in which it is calling. So, and this causes a lot of problem in JavaScript. This keyword causes a lot of problem. So I have declared this keyword. Now in this whole thing, that this is applicable. This is applicable, and we are going to see right now. I'm going to show this example completely. Then you'll understand what is this keyword. Okay, this keyword is just like a keyword. Like what else I can say? This is just a keyword which is in Java, which is in JavaScript, and it has caused more problem than solution. And it is so much complicated that there is a whole book on this keyword is there. Okay, but that is there. And the main thing is that it belongs to the context in which we are calling it. So maybe you can think it is like a var, but var is like, if you declare something with var, it becomes too much global. With this, what it becomes global sort of, but not that much global, but it becomes global. And that is the most close thing which I can say, which you will not read in any book or any other places, also in videos. But this is a way to declare a variable. Instead of declaring it as a var, let, or constant, we can declare it with this also. Okay, so like this, it is lesser than means var. Var is very var is like, it creates like global thing, and like nobody should use it. But this doesn't create global thing, but then also it has got a lot of context, means it can be used in this whole class. I can use it. But if I have some like let variable here, that scope would have ended here only. But and if I have some var variable here, its scope will be this whole thing. So that is the problem. Okay. So now This we're learning a classes. So class, like that class have some objects. This is a different object than what we have just seen. This is a class object, and this is there in all other programming language also, this class object. So const, suppose, and okay, so one more thing. So those are those are from non-IT background, they might not know what is C++, what is classes, and all these things. So what is actually classes? So there are two types of approach in programming. One is functional approach, one is class-based approach. So I have to tell this in functional approach. So functional approach, what happens? The bigger program we divide it into functions, the small functions we divide. And in class-based approach, which what will happen? We divide the bigger programs into different classes. And what are classes actually? And this you will learn in a lot of other books also. Classes are like a blueprint. And what are the objects? So this is a different object which I'm just going to create. Now objects are created like this. Okay, let me show that with the new keyword. In any other programming language also, it is created with the new keyword. Okay, create room I'm going to do, and I guess you can do. I'm going to do that. So in any other programming language also, it will be created with the new keyword. So now what is this object? And this is also known as an object. This is different than the object which I've seen earlier. This is a class object. What is a class object and what is a class actually? So class is actually a blueprint and objects are the real thing. Suppose I have a blueprint of a car in a factory. I'm an owner of a factory. I have a blueprint of a car that, okay, this car have to made like this like this. A blueprint is there, a map I think is there. This bolt the robots have to fit. In car factories only robots generally works, so automatic only car are done. So those things will be like that. Okay, the blueprint is with them, but then using that blueprint, the computer will create a lot of cars, and every car is different. It is not like, okay, everything model coming out is same. Maybe the color is different, but every car is actually different entity altogether. So those are object. Those are known as object, and class is just known as a blueprint. So that is there. And this example, all of the people who are coming from an IT background, electronics background, have got done languages like C++, they know. Everybody give this example only. Okay, so that is there. Const room. So see, I'm creating 2-3 objects. Okay, so new create room and next. So what I've created 3 objects. These are 3 objects, and you create an object with a new keyword, and you are passing something. So what I'm passing here, whatever I pass in a object, that gets into the constructor. If there is a constructor generally required, but if I pass something here and constructor is not empty, constructor is having a variable, so it will be there. So what will happen here? There is a this.room variable is there, and in this.room variables, it will be printed as Navendu's room. Here it will be printed as Sika's room. Here it will be printed as Hriday's room. And what I'm telling means this keyword I'm using, but this keyword is the instance of this only. Is the instance of this one only. So now you'll see the thing which I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to take. Okay, let me give the attendance sheet also, because I think I'm going to end here today. And there's one small thing which is remaining here, but it's the most important thing. Okay, so let me give the mark your attendance here. Then mark your attendance here, and yeah. So now what I'm doing? So this naps room dot, I can call this clean room. I can call this clean room, and I can call pass anything. So clean room is a function. Okay, DOMX. this I'll do. Now I will run it. See, cleaning Nabindu's room with the Lysol, with Domex, all these are different. So what just I did? So when I'm calling Nabin this when I'm calling, okay, Nabindu's room here. So this one, as I've told in this dot room, it will get its own instance. It will get its own instance of this class, own instance of this class. So it will get its own this dot room, and it will get its own function, different function. So I'm creating three objects. It will take this blueprint and create all these things 3 times. Okay, 100 object, it will create this thing 100 times. So that is what is there with classes. So this dot room is its own room. So this dot room will be Nabindu's room. So that's when Nabindu's room is coming. And then when I'm calling this with naps room dot clean room. So what is getting here? DOMX, it is its own clean room. So when this dot room is been called here, then it is calling Nabindu's room, not someone else's. Okay. So this is how it works. This is how the classes works. Okay. So it creates the whole thing. I think it's a sort of a wastage, and that's why actually in React also they are moving away from the class-based concept. Those who know a bit of React, they know that React is divided into class-based component and functional component. And earlier functional components were not that much used, and they were also known as dumb components. And we're going to learn React next week. And everything is certification. Okay. So and then you're going to learn that okay, this is there now. Everything is moving back to functional. Because JavaScript is actually not a class-based thing. What you're seeing here behind the scene, actually there is something known as constructor function. Those are implemented to have this kind of a thing. Okay. So what are these constructor function? Again, this constructor function is actually a very important interview question. So interview questions sometimes they ask this old kind of means in big companies. Again, in big companies always they ask things which are not used that much. So this constructor function is there. Okay, and that is an old constructor function. That constructor function also internally they have changed it to these classes. Okay, so okay, let me do one thing. Let me tell the constructor function also that although it's a bit complicated, but it's okay. Let me tell the constructor function also. Constructor function. You don't have to learn that much this constructor function. This only got converted to ES6 classes, and is also known as like let's syntactic sugar or something like that. So constructor function are a special type of function in which I'm creating a function like this, and function I'll have the same thing only. Okay, name, same thing. I'm actually changing it to constructor function. I'll have this. Yeah, that is good, Atul. Okay, so this is not room. Now in this room, I'm doing this, and then there is something known as a prototype. Okay, actually, I'm not going to teach much about prototype right now. It is a very complicated thing, but I'm just telling that constructor function only got changed into A6 classes, and you'll see that it is much more easier. So, what is this prototype like? This bedroom dot prototype dot clean room equal to function soap is there, then have all these things again, and actually it is also called like this only. Let me actually comment this out, or it will give some error. And again, it will give the same thing. So this is known as a constructor function. Actually, this only got converted into classes. There's still no classes concept in React, in JavaScript internally. This constructor function, which was there since 1995, they had just changed it to classes. Okay, so this is like this constructor function. You can go through it, and this is very complicated JavaScript. This is a JavaScript you can learn in one day, just like they created in 3 days. You can learn in one day, but to master it, it will take around 5 years. And even I don't know that I have not mastered it that much, but yeah. somewhat I have also mastered, but these all things are really complicated. I have some videos on my YouTube channel also, but I don't teach them. I don't want people to see them that much, because nowadays the biggest job creator in India are startups, not those big companies and all TCS and all. No, they're not. The biggest job creators are startups, and the best jobs are also with the startups. And if you want to, they don't want this all these things. They just want people to know React, and just directly work on the project. Because I also run a startup. I also know. I also know this thing, because we just want people to have have the knowledge of React. Okay, so that is there, and I think we have done for today. And okay, so we'll end here today, and hope you liked everything what I'm teaching. Please do subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed. Please do subscribe and like this video so that it can reach more people. More people, like means the person which I've just today put on LinkedIn, and more people can become a web app developer, mechanical engineers, housewife. Anyone can become a web app developer. That is what I'm here for. Okay, and that is what I do. So with this, I will end today's stream, and tomorrow we will complete this ES6. I think it will take around 15-20 minutes, and I will have time. Let us do some good JavaScript projects also tomorrow. Some ES6 based projects, maybe some API call we are going to do. Okay, because the API calls are the main projects which are there. So some API call we are going to do tomorrow. Thank you all, and we'll meet tomorrow. Bye.